Alright, so these two characters are, as you can see, Bladewind Hayai is very much a ninja. She's all about giving the opponent venom markers and basically poisoning them to death. And the amount of cards they have available to use gets less and less the more poison counters they have. And if at any point I'm able to get 10 markers total onto my opponent, then I'll automatically win. Meanwhile, Fothea Redbrant... Oh, shut up, Aya! It's not cheating! Just because you're sticking to 45 for the digital version doesn't mean that's how it is for the physical. So meanwhile, on the other side is Fothea Redbrand, a demon-looking badass who is one of the strongest... I believe canonically he is one of the strongest people in the story. And the inventor of the Chronotis, the time-travelling device that starts off the event of the story for this game. So he's actually pretty smart because he's able to literally invent time travel, which is pretty awesome. And Fothea's playstyle is basically a big beat stick. He wants to punch people, then he wants to punch people a bit more, and then he wants to punch people a few more times just to make sure. So, we are going to do a coin flip to determine who is going to go first. So, Eplicas, do you want to call it?
Tails.
And it is heads. I think that's one of the first times I've ever beat you in a coin flip.
Yeah, I think that's the first time I've lost coin flip versus you.
So, the two of us are going to draw a number of cards equal to the reserve size on our characters, which is 6 each. So, dink.
I should probably put my health to 25.
Oh, yes. Yep, and our health is starting on our maximum value, which is determined by our character. So Fothea starts with a bit more health than Bladewind Hayai does. So here's my starting hand. Got some pretty good cards, and I can choose any of these that I don't really want for this first couple of turns, and I can put them back into my deck. So... that could be good. Okay, I'm going to mulligan these 3 back, so I discard these to one side, and then draw 3 more.
Oh dear! Oops.
And try not to. And I try not to draw my entire deck like Eplicas did.
I'm just gonna put all of these back and redraw. I don't know. I hit 2. I think it might have did 22.
Yeah, the way I like to do it is I'll just press the number once and then I drag my mouse away because then it registers automatically. If you just do one number and wait hovering over it, it does take a couple of seconds to actually draw those cards into your hand. Because like, okay, they've pressed 1, now we need to give them a second to see if they want to press 2 to draw 12 cards or whether they just want 1 card. Whereas if you drag it away, then it's like, okay, they're done, just draw those 2.
I'll do my best to practice that. Let's see here.
So the cards with the red borders on them are called specials, and they are the character's unique attacks that I have available to me. Meanwhile, the white bordered ones are called basics, which are the sort of generic attacks that every character has access to. For example, this is a basic, this is a basic, whereas some of these are specials. So the deck building has a lot of depth to it in how you can mix and match the basics and the specials together to come up with cool strategies. And although it's not shown here because I removed them for simplicity, there is a lot of cards available for deck building and customization. In addition to that, you can also just play with pre-constructed decks which use the base specials that a character starts with and a specific set of 8 basic battle cards. So, have you got your hand sorted, Eplicas?
Yep, I'm good to go.
Okay, so I'm going to be going first, so let's start off with... we'll we'll start off with simple with Venom Cloud. So this has a time span of 3, so I put it in my 3rd slot along. It's unblockable, so you can't block it with an attack. You can't block it with anything. It's unavoidable, so you can't dodge it. However, it isn't safe, so he does have a chance to override it if he has an override in his hand, which he indeed does. So these overrides are basically interrupts. So that's going to override my Venom Cloud, and Eplicas needs to pay a 1 drive cost in order to use that.
Yep.
And as you can see, drive is generated by discarding a card from your hand. So this has override, which is what let it actually do the override. It has intimidate, and what intimidate does is it's going to randomly put 1 card from my hand face down, and that is basically a card that is unusable for this attack. So now it's going to be +1 strength, so it's a strength 4 time span 2 due to the fact that it was used as an override. And it has an overload effect, which is Fothea's unique mechanic. Once he gains enough gauge to power up, then he gains all the overload abilities on his specials. Basically, he's going to be pretty deadly for most of the match, and then as soon as he flips over, he's going to be about 5 times deadlier. So now I get to choose what I want to do back. I could override it if I wanted, or I could potentially block it, but I think I'm going to override with my kunai, and I need to choose what I want to discard. Of choice, or these are good cards. I'll give up Toxic Claw Slash for now.
Oh dear.
So that overrides your Conflagration Upper, so get rid of that.
Yep.
So my has override, it has unblockable, so we can't stop it with much, but he can override it himself if he has a sufficient override. One limitation on the overrides is that you can only override something if the override is equal or lower time span than the attack it's overriding. So for example, Venom Tipped Kunai is a time span 1 override, which means it can override literally any attack in the game, since there can never be a time span 0 attack. Whereas Conflagration Upper is more powerful, but also a bit more limited because it can't stop anything with a time span of 1. So do you have your own time span 1, for example, Toe Stomp?
Yeah, I think Toe Stomp is the only one.
Yeah, I think Toe Stomp's the only one that you'd have access to.
Yeah, no Toe Stomp here, so I'm gonna take that Venom marker and stun a card.
So that's handy for me. So Intimidate is over, so this comes back to my hand because that attack is over. Stun is like Intimidate, but that stunned card is going to be gone for the rest of this turn, as opposed to just that 1 attack. So now I think I'll just try to hit you with a Venomous Benediction. So this attack has Pierce, which means that it can't be blocked with something that has the Protect keyword. These are everyone's powerful guard abilities, usually. It also has a reaction, which doesn't really matter because it's based on when the opponent strikes. And if it hits, then it's going to give my opponent more venom, which it looks like it has. Fantastic. And that's going to cause 3 damage, which is done. And because he got hit, in the face, he gained 1 gauge, which he can spend on various abilities, but mostly gauge is going to be spent on powering up. It costs 3 gauge to power up, and that will give him his overload effect, which is going to be quite a pain for me. Now.
And just to clarify, you don't gain gauge if you get hit with an attack that doesn't have strength. You have to actually take damage.
Correct. So even though I hit with the Venom Tipped Kunai, because the Venom Tipped kunai doesn't have any kind of damage to it, it doesn't cause any gauge gain. So now that that's over, so that's 1 time span plus 4 time spans, so that's 5 time spans spent for this turn. So now I've got 2 time span left, and I don't think there's anything that can fit within that 2 time span that I really want to use. So that is going to end my turn. So I send all of my used cards to the trash, and we go over to Eplicas' turn, and I should probably spawn in something to... In fact, we can just use the coin to mark who the current player is. So because it's Eplicas' turn, he draws up to his full hand size of 6. Because I'm the defending player, I draw up to half of my reserve size, which is 3. So I draw 1 card. And then after we've done drawing, we can each discard 1 card to draw 1 additional card. If we so wish. Sort of like a mini mulligan almost.
Yeah, and I'm going to keep all of mine.
Okay, so now what do you want to do with your turn?
What was I going to say? I was going to ask a question. I forgot what it was. Oh, well, we're just going to keep going, and I'm going to mess up. This is great. Let's start out with something simple.
Well, first of all, at the start of your battle phase, you stun 1 card in your hand for every 2 venom you have. So
gotcha.
Go ahead. So give your...
You can tell I've never played against this character before.
So give these a shuffle, so that's 1 stunned card. So this is what makes Hayai really deadly. Over the course of the game, she just gives you more and more venom, and it slowly whittles down how many cards you have access to in your hand during your turn. So it makes it harder and harder to actually cause any damage to her, because all of your best cards get stunned. There's your 1 stunned.
1 stun?
Yeah, it's for... it's
1 for every 2. Gotcha.
Yeah, so for every 2, so because...
I've never played against this character before.
Mm-hmm.
Come on.
Just draw them as if you would from a deck.
Yeah, I know. I tried that earlier and it didn't work. Okay.
Alright, so now, did I manage to hit the 1 card you wanted to play, or can you still play that one?
I think I'm gonna do something different now. We're gonna play Healing Salve. And I'll remove 3 more.
Okay, so you can't... Well, I guess it's a bit late to do that because you started your battle phase, which means you chose to do combat as your turn action as opposed to using an action card. So if you wanted to use...
But we did go back. up to you whether you want to hold
fine, you get that back in your hand, and you can remove these 3 venom markers. Okay. Since you don't actually go into the battle phase.
And I get to draw a card.
Yep. So then it's over to mine. So I'll take this back. I draw 3 to bring my hand up size up to full. Okay, I think probably my best bet is to just go Venom Cloud.
Unblockable, unavoidable.
Yeah,
that's what I was going to ask. Does unblockable prevent protect? The protect keyword?
Yes, because it can't be blocked at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't...
Unblockable slightly better than Pierce.
Yeah, unblockable is like an upgraded Pierce, correct. And yeah, I know, I let him off. Okay, so that's Toe Stomp, so go ahead and pay the cost for that.
Yep. We'll pay a gauge.
Okay. So in that case, he used one of his available gauge as a drive, which is pretty handy use for it. So I'm not going to override Toe Stomp back, so its strike effect happens, which means I'm going to stun 1 card in my hand. Okay, not bad. And then that hits me, does no damage, and Eplicas is now the striking player, so he can continue to try and hit me in the face with big, nasty, horrible things like that.
Yep.
Ooh, ouch.
Intimidate
Okay.
one.
So the Intimidate one happens first, so that's one intimidated card. And so since it's a throw, I can only guard it with another throw. Because it has critical, it's not going to give me any gauge, even if I successfully, even if I take this to the face. And its hit effect causes knockdown, which means the turn ends immediately, and Eplicas takes the next turn. Although, because this is my turn, and he just basically took the turn from me, unfortunately, it'd be his turn next anyway. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to block with my Izanagi Otoshi, which is another throw. So when you block normally, the attack that you block with has to match the time span of the attack you're blocking. With throws, the time span can be anything, and they'll just automatically block, and there's no damage caused when it comes to blocking a throw with a throw. So cancel your Infernal Grasp with my Izanagi.
Yep.
And I'm guessing that's it for your turn.
The reaction still goes off though, right?
The reaction, if your opponent guards this attack, deal 1 burn damage. Yep. So I take 1 because that's a big flamey boy.
Yep. And that's it. Yeah.
I get my stunned and my intimidated card back. It's now Eplicas' turn, so I don't draw anything because I'm already at above half of my reserve size. If I want, I can discard 1 to draw 1, but I'm pretty happy with my hand as it is, so I'm not going to.
I'm gonna discard draw. Oh dear.
So there's Redbrand's blocking attack, protect the Redbrand acrobatics. Alright, so starting with Slipstream Fire Blast, this is just going to deal a little bit of damage and power up his next attack. Because it's a strike effect, if I chose to use an override on it, it would cancel out that strike effect. But I'm just going to let that through, so I take 1 burn damage, and your next attack is bigger.
Yep.
And then it hits me for no damage, and nothing else happens.
And that's it. Go for it.
Okay, cool. I draw 2 then. I'm gonna discard 1 to draw 1.
Me too.
Okay, I think for my turn, I'm going to spend 2 health to gain a gauge. I think it's 2 health. Let me quickly bring up the rulebook.
That sounds right.
It sounds right.
That happens so rarely that I forgot that's a thing you can do.
Yeah, there's a few different turn actions that people can take, like healing themselves, like gaining a gauge, and powering up. But since most of the time you're pretty much just beating each other back and forth, it doesn't come up all that often that you what those other turn actions are. So let me quickly
I'm playing
find
Fothea, so it doesn't matter what those other turn actions are. Even if it's the worst option, I'm still hitting face.
Yeah, Fothea is just beat stick, beat stick, beat stick. Turn actions, it's somewhere down here. Okay, here we go. Okay, so power charge, spend 1 drive or 2 health. So actually, I think I'll spend a drive instead of health for that one. And
Alrighty.
the one I'm going to spend is... let's drop Scroll of Venomosity. So I've gained my 1 gauge, and since that was my 1 turn action, it's back over to Eplicas.
Alrighty, let's draw a card. And then let's discard draw.
I'm happy with mine, so I'm not going to discard to draw.
Let's start out with the old classic.
Ooh, Tornado Slam. Okay, so I am going
For everyone watching, this is like, if your deck doesn't have 3 of these, you might be doing something wrong, or you're a really good deck
I mean, I don't always have a Tornado Slam.
Yeah, well, I mean, I can see why a deck like Hayai may not need it, but Tornado Slam is such a good card.
Oh, this is a tough choice. I think I want to spend. I definitely want to spend. I definitely want to override. Just a matter of what I want to spend. I'll spend Triple Break.
Alrighty.
Even though this is a really powerful card, I need the other stuff in my hand. So I'm going to override with Nagamasu, which becomes an override if the opponent has, if the opponent's battle card has throw. So this becomes a 4/2 throw. So get your Tornado Slam out of here.
Yep.
Do you have an override back, or is the strike effect going to go off?
We'll override back.
Oh no, damn it. Alright, so that is a 4/2 now, with Intimidate 1, so I'm going to Intimidate a card from my hand. And yeah, I'm going to be taking 4 to the face.
Wait, where is this getting 4?
Wait, did I read it wrong? Oh, if it was not used in no run. Okay, so I take 3 to the face and gain a gauge.
Yep. And I'll do it.
Okay, cool. I got a very defensive Fothea deck. This is worrying. Okay, so I draw up to my full hand size.
The problem is I'm just not drawing my throw package.
True. Ooh, actually, this. Ooh, actually, I'll discard 1, draw 1. Perfect. Alright, I'm going to play a basic action this turn. I'm going to play Foresight, so it costs 1 gauge to play it. I reduce your reserve size by 1 until the end of the next turn, and I name a card. You must discard all copies of that card from your hand or reveal a hand without it. I am going to choose to get rid of... let's get rid of Toe Stomps, or reveal your hand. Alright, Cheeky Herb for healing, Flaring Sideswipe for evade, a throw, and a throw. Okay. Okay. Go with... Alright, and that's the end of my turn, so it's over to yours.
Alrighty, I'm only going to draw 1 card because my reserve size is reduced.
Yep.
Let's see here. Let's start with this. Big boy.
Aha, more Infernal Grasps. Okay, so that's Intimidate 1. So 1 Intimidate. What do I have left? Could be better. Alright, let's block with Izanagi Otoshi and take 1 burn damage. And then I'll counter with Toxic Claw Slash. So this is a counter, so whenever I block an attack, I have the opportunity to use a counter card from my hand. The counter card gains -1 to its time span whenever it's used as a counter. So in this case, this becomes a 1/1 with critical, and if it hits, it's going to give him a toxic counter and stun something from his hand.
Okay, so I'll get my venom marker, and do you want me to stun something, or are we ending the turn?
I'm going to end the turn there, so it's back
Okay.
over to my turn.
Mm-hmm.
Draw me 3. Okay, so I know that that's safe. Okay, yeah. Right. Okay, I think I'm going to play Scroll of Venomosity. Are you overriding it?
No, we good.
Okay, then I'm going to combo that with Rain of Blades. Hello, I am Deezer. Welcome to the stream. So combo gives me an additional ability based on the number of venom counters the opponent has.
The combo happens before the strike effect?
Yes, but I think because the unavoidable doesn't matter because it already has unavoidable.
It wouldn't end up mattering.
So then the strike effect happens and gives my opponent 1 venom marker and then stuns 1 card in their hand. There we go, and because it's unblockable and unavoidable, it's going to hit for 0 damage, but then on hit, give the opponent 1 more venom marker.
Yep, so I'll go up to 3.
And then I think I'm actually going to end it there. I'm happy with causing some nice venomosity. Yours. So you've got your full hand size back again, so you can draw back to full.
Yep, and then I'm gonna first I discard draw, then I stun a card.
Correct. If you're going into the battle phase.
Oh, I only stun a card. Oh, only stun a card when I go into battle phase. Got it.
So you can play action cards just fine. It's only if you choose to attack. Which is why me and I were saying before that because you started the battle phase and you got a card stunned from your hand, that's why it was too late for you to healing salve.
That makes sense. I just thought it was beginning of my turn. That's where we had the notification. It's like I've never played against Hayai before. Which is accurate. Yeah, in that case, you shouldn't have let me take it back. But let's see here. Yeah, let's stun a card.
Okay. Make sure my seat isn't falling down because it's a bit busted.
I know that feel. Let's do Thunderous Takedown.
Okay, so that's going to intimidate 1. I've left. Right, I'm going to spend 1 to toe stomp that out of existence.
Aw, that's no fun.
Get stomped. Do you have anything? Do you have a counter toe stomp?
No, that will happen, so I'll stun a card.
Cool. And let's take a bit of a risk, and I'll throw out Flip Kick, so a 3/3.
Yeah, that happens.
Okay, cool. So
I'll take 3.
You gain a gauge, and I get to shuffle 2 cards from my trash back into my deck. So let's get back some of the things thrown away, like Magatsu no Kami and... I think, yeah, I've used all of those. Could be useful. Oh, actually, a Venom Cloud, since all three of those have been used. Oh. Okay, let's shuffle those back into my deck. And then that's it. So that was your turn because we keep forgetting to move these back over. So it's back over to
Yep.
mine. I
Yep,
draw
back to you.
5.
Let's see here, and I'm going to discard draw for the NATO kick.
Okay. I'm going to spend my gauge and I'm going to name Cheeky Herb.
Yeah, I'll do it.
Get rid of it. Goodbye, Cheeky Herb. I hate you, Cheeky Herb. And then over to yours. So you draw only one card this turn instead of 2.
Yep.
Yeah, it's a really cool game. It's currently being... This is basically the prototype of it using Tabletop Simulator. And I believe the Kickstarter for both the physical game and the digital game, which is currently being worked on, is not too far in the distance. Aya Senpai, who's in the chat, is the creator of the game and a good friend of mine. And Wanda Melody is, I believe, the head of social media stuff. And if you want some more info on it, then you can just use !Chrono.
Are we technically in alpha or like pre-alpha or is this beta? I don't know.
The digital game is pre-alpha.
The digital game doesn't exist yet.
Yeah, what we've got here is somewhat beta-ish. I believe most of the deck building stuff and
Oh, I need a stun card first.
yes, you do.
Battle.
Correct.
Okay, still happens.
Okay, cool. Let's go ahead and say nope to that.
I assumed as much.
Okay. I'll pay 1. Reaction: whenever the opponent strikes with a battle card and they have at least 3 venom markers, I reveal this card and pay 1 to crush it and become the striking player using my Venomous Benediction.
Gotcha. And yay for Pierce.
Hey, Hyena, welcome.
Tornado Slam, you do not go back into my hand. Go over there. Good boy.
So, I want to do this. Risky, but sure, why not? Let's give it a potency potion, because why not?
Fabulous.
So now this will double the amount of markers that he gains if this successfully manages to hit him in the face. So what do you say? Are you able to block my time span 4 attack with Pierce, or are you taking 3 damage and 4 venom markers to the face?
I'm taking 3 damage and 4 venom markers to the face.
Yes! All the venom markers. 4 damage. Yeah, 10 is lethal. I forgot, it's 4 damage, not 3, because Potency Potion is a combo card, so it does, by the nature of combo cards, give it a +1.
I always forget about that effect.
Alright, oh wait, do I have more that I wanted to do?
Oh, do you? Please say no.
Nope, I'm pretty happy with that.
Okay, I'll go ahead and get my stunned card back.
Draw 1.
What are you doing? That was my turn.
Was it yours?
Yeah, you overrided. I entered the battle phase, stunned a card.
Oh, yes.
Played Tornado Slam.
Yes. So you did. So I draw 3 more.
Unless you would like me to go again. I can take another turn if you like.
No. I'm good. That's perfect. Ooh.
Oh man, I'm sure you feel pretty good about that. I have discarded all of my backbreakers.
I'm just going to hit you with a venom-tipped kunai. Are you going to toast stomp it?
No, I am not.
Cool, then I'll also give it a rain of blades so that it hits you for 2 venom markers.
Yeah, that happens. So
Just
I'm
one more to
away.
go. And then I will sharp strike. Actually, no, I'm not going to sharp strike. Ooh. No, I'm just going to end it there. That's over to yours.
All right.
I don't want to give you 3 gauge.
Let's draw back up.
Discard 1 to draw 1. Cool.
So here, I'll also discard 1 to draw 1. And let's go with the healing salve.
Oh no, goddamn. You lose 3 of these, so you're no longer right on death's door.
Yep. Let's go back down to 6.
Alright, draw 2.
All right, back over to you.
I think I'm gonna spend 1 drive and a guard to gain a gauge. Over to yours.
Alrighty. Let's see here. Do I want to discard draw? I do.
I think you want to do a lot more than discard draw, but
Well, yes. There are things that happen after that. Let's start with an. Oh, I need to stun a bunch of cards.
you need to stun 3.
Yeah, let's do that thing.
So 50-50 chance you won't be able to tornado slam.
Yeah, it's okay. I've got a few things to do. Let's see if I'll be allowed to do all of them. No, I'm not stunning my entire hand. Just one card at a time.
You can if you want. Also,
Nah,
those 3 seem to have disappeared into your hidden zone.
Oh, are they? They're just
Okay.
barely touching the side. Okay, so instead,
How much of your plan did I ruin?
we're gonna Flornado kick instead, and I've got 1 in here.
You do indeed have 1, so it is safe.
Yeah, plus 1 strength and safe. So coming at you for 4.
Okay. Okay, I'm going to finally get to block with Venom Fang. If the opponent has at least 2 Venom markers, this card can guard any time span, and when it's used to guard, I gain 1 gauge and give you a Venom marker.
Alrighty, I'll take that Venom marker then.
So that's what, 4 strength versus 2, so I'm taking 2 chip damage.
Yep.
And then I could counter if I wanted, but I'm not going to. So go
Alrighty,
ahead.
then that's it for me.
That's it for you, cool. So draw 2.
I'll get my cards back. And we're going to discard draw a seismic toss.
I'm going to pay 1 to gain a gauge again, and then over to you.
I see what's happening. I see what's happening.
I mean, I would assume you
would.
would.
The other side say?
Give you 2 Venom markers.
Yeah, wait, there was more over there.
You also discard one of your stunned cards after I stun them.
That's not as scary.
I mean, not as scary as the fact that you're on 7 and that'll put you up to 9.
I mean, yes. We're gonna healing salve again.
No, stop with the healing salve!
No.
God damn it. So you go down to 4. And then my turn, I draw 1. So I'm going to go ahead and power up. Give you another 2.
Yep.
And then over to yours.
Alrighty.
I'm pretty sure that's all of your healing salves run through at least. There's 1, there's 2,
yes,
3,
it
yep.
is.
I mean, Magatsu no Kami wouldn't have done too much because he'd just be healing them instead of removing counters. And I'd still rather have the stun than the damage against Fothea. Because if Fothea is allowed to do anything that he wants to do, then it's really hard to deal with it. So go ahead, over to yours.
Let's see here. I can't find any of my cards that attack your hand. Oh, sad.
Well, if you want to attack, then that'll be a 3 stun.
Yes, that is correct. Let's see here. So instead,
Now because he would have just healed 12 instead of removing 9 venom markers.
let's see here. What is this? We're going to discard this and discard this to get Chikuher back.
Ah, how upsetting.
Alright, your turn.
Alright, let's start with a toe stomp. Do you want to toe stomp my toe stomp? Or are you taking a hand stun?
Yeah, I'll take a stun.
Okay.
I think that might be the first time I've seen Toe Stomp just battle phase attack with it.
I mean, why not? Now I know you're less likely to be able to deal with a venom-tipped kunai to the face. Are you going to toe stomp that?
No, that is not getting Toe Stomp. Wait, yeah,
Then
not getting Toe Stomp.
Then I win.
Wait, can't you only combo with one card now?
No, but well, Aya.
Isn't that a thing, Aya? After you did the combo rework, you can only combo with one combo card at a time.
Aya, is it only one combo, or is it still combos with multiple? Because if it's combo with multiple, you just die because. Ah, damn it. Okay.
I knew something.
Oh, cool. Thank you. I think that says Black Star. Thank you so much for the donation to Extra Life. And there's another donation that I can't read because it's too small. Yes, so thank you Black Star for the $25. For some reason that's not updated the donation thing at the bottom. And thank you Wonder Melodies. Thank you so much for the $5 towards our Extra Life. Alright then, well, take 2 then from take 2 and stun a card from Venom Tipped Kunai.
Alrighty, and that's yeah. So 2 more venom markers, stun another card.
So close. God damn it, that's gonna be alright, and then I'll Repulsor Burst to your face.
Pierce unavoidable. Sure, I take 7. 2, 3, 4,
It's down to
5,
8.
6. I'm down to 8.
Alrighty,
I get my stunned cards back.
Yeah, I get 1, and I can drop 1, draw 1, but it doesn't matter. Go on, cheeky herb.
Drop 1, draw 1, Chiku Herb.
Yeah, and there goes all of your markers. Chiku Herb goes bye-bye. You can't use Chiku Herb anymore.
Nope.
And then it's over to mine, so draw 3.
That is the exile.
Okay. Well then. I'll discard 1, draw 1. Well, let's start with a Toxic Claw Slash then. Are you going to override it?
Let's see here.
Came so close.
Wait, does repulsor burst doesn't have
Yeah, you do gain your gauge.
critical, right? Yeah, so I go up to 3 gauge. I remember thinking that I had 3 gauge, but I never actually did that.
So are you overriding my slash?
We are gonna toe stomp that.
Yeah, thought you might. I'm going to then 1 to toe stomp your toe stomp.
Alrighty, that happens.
Just stomp
Send a
battle.
card.
Epic stomp.
Here's the thing: you've used quite a few of your toe stomps. I haven't. Oh, I'll. Oh nope, I accidentally cleared it. I'm paying gauge for my toe stomp.
Okay, so go ahead and stun one.
Yep.
And then our Venom Cloud. Are you going to override it?
Nope.
Okay. Potency potions, so you can go ahead and take 2 Venom markers.
Yep.
Slowly start to build them back up again. And then I'm going to end, so it's over to mine.
No, that was yours.
Was it?
I toe stomped you, you toe stomped me back.
Yes, good point. Okay, over to yours then.
Yep. Get my card back. Draw 2.
However, I'm also running quite low on cards, which is not good.
Let's do this. Are you overriding?
Nope. Burn damage.
Pumped up.
Okay. The next one is a +2 strength. Ouch.
Yeah. Let's do Flornado Kick. So this is a 7-2?
Ow.
If I'm mathing that right?
Ow.
With save?
Yep. Yeah, I'm taking 7, so it puts it down to 4 and gives me a gauge.
Mm-hmm.
Ouch.
And then let's also Tornado Slam you.
Oh god, a 20. Right, let's Nagimasu you into the ground. Override.
Alrighty.
It's a 4-2. Do you have anything to deal with it?
No, that's good.
Cool. Take 4, so you're just on 4 left.
Yep.
I just need to deal a little bit of damage. Ah.
Alright, back over to you.
Get rid of.
Now go to 3.
Right.
Discard draw.
5. Okay, what have we got? Damn, that's so good a little bit ago. I think I know what that. Maybe not. Alright, I'll drop on draw 1.
Oh.
Yep.
I didn't realize.
Okay.
Just Fothea over here doing his best Honeybow impression.
Let's just throw an Izanagi or Torshi at you.
Let's see here. Let's toe stomp it.
Damn it. Okay.
And I'll pay again for that.
Okay, 1 stun.
And I'll end the turn.
Okay. Oh, this is going to be a close one.
I'm running a little low myself.
Yeah. You're both quite low on cards. Rip.
Let's see here. And How much do you take if you don't have a card to draw?
I believe it's 5 damage, so I just lose next turn.
Yeah, so I'll pass the turn.
Yep. GG.
This is how I beat you last time, too.